The Herdmans were the worst kids in the whole history of the world. They lied and stole and smoked cigars, even the girls. And they talked dirty and hit little kids and cussed at their teachers and took the name Lord in vain and set fire to Fred Shoemaker's old broken down tool shop.
And that's not all. Somebody sent 5 dozen donuts for the firemen, and the Herdmans ate them all. And what they couldn't eat, they stuck down their pockets in the front of their shirts.
And they wrote this really, really dirty word on the back of Naomi Waddell's favorite turtle. So now she can't take her to the YMCA pet show. Her mother won't let her.
What was the word? Oh.
And they did it in fluorescent paint, so it glows in the dark. So when you can't see the turtle, you can still see the word.
And they put a whole bunch of tadpoles in the school drinking fountain, and Miss Barnes swallowed 2 or 3 by mistake. Somebody yelled, "Mildred, stop! You're drinking tadpoles!" But it was too late.
Did she get sick?
Not right away.
And that's not all. Now I'm going to tell you about the Christmas pageant and what they did to that. There were 6 of them: Ralph, Emma Jean, Leroy, Claude, Ollie, and Gladys. And they went through Woodrow Wilson School like those South American fish that strip your bones clean. And they went around town the same way, stealing things and tearing things and whamming kids. So it was hard to get away from them. There was only one safe place.
And as we leave in peace, let us remember to keep those less fortunate in our prayers. We will be restarting rehearsal soon for our annual Children's Christmas Pageant. After Sunday school, we will decide who will play the main roles. Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, thy wings shall thy petition bear. To him whose truth and faithfulness engage the waiting soul to bless, and since he bids me seek his face, believe his word and trust his grace, I'll cast on him my every care and wait for thee,
Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, because there are no herdmans there, but Jesus loves us as they say, because he keeps the miles away. That's my little brother Charlie, and that's what he said when the Sunday school teacher asked what was his favorite part about church. He said, no herdmans. That made the teacher mad because all the other kids said nice things about God and Jesus and good feeling. But old Charlie told the real truth. No herdmans.
I don't care what everyone else said. That's what they really thought. All the other stuff is okay. But the main good thing about church is the herdmans aren't there, ever.
It's not a very Christian sentiment, it seems to me.
It's a very practical sentiment. Charlie was black and blue all of last year because he had to sit next to Leroy Herdman in school.
Wait, is he the worst one, Leroy?
They're all the worst ones.
Ralph's the biggest, so if Ralph
That
gets...
doesn't make any difference. Gladys isn't big, but she's fast. And she's mean. And she bites.
Sorry I asked. Just stay away from all.
Stay away from them. That's why I said go to church.
I'm glad to hear you feel that way.
Why?
No arguments over the Christmas pageant this year.
I don't want to be a shepherd again.
Then tell Mrs. Armstrong you want to be a wise man.
I don't want to be in it.
Everybody's in it. Think about how I'd feel sitting there on Christmas Eve if my own children weren't in the Christmas pageant. Think about how your father would feel.
What?
You'd feel terrible, wouldn't you, Bob?
Well, I didn't plan on going. Come on, hear me out. You know how crowded that place is, right? They can always use my seats. I'll just sit home, put on my bathrobe, relax. There's never anything different about the Christmas pageant anyways.
There's going to be something different this year.
Oh, what, honey?
Charlie is going to be wearing a bathrobe.
Hey, come on, you made that up, Grace.
Why don't you be Joseph? Elmer Hopkins will pay you to be Joseph. He's sick of being Joseph all the time, and just because his father's the minister, nobody wants to be Joseph.
Nobody wants to be in it.
So, what are you gonna be this year?
I'm always in the angel choir.
Why isn't Charlie part of the angel choir?
Because I can't sing.
From what I heard in the past, that's not a serious drawback. Away in a manger always sounded to me like a closet full of mice.
What do you wear in the angel choir?
Bed sheets.
Oh, boy, some choice, a bathroom or bed sheets. Come on, let's go watch TV.
You know, Mrs. Armstrong always works very hard to give you all a lovely experience.
Oh, Mom, Miss Armstrong just likes to run things.
You're right, of course. She directs the pageant, she runs the potluck supper, she's the chairman of the bazaar. I think Helen Armstrong would preach the sermon if anyone let her.
Wait, isn't that the wife of George Armstrong?
Yes.
Well, maybe she'll try and run the hospital, because that's where she is now. Yep. I saw George at the drugstore this morning, and he told me she broke her leg. She'll be in traction for 2 weeks and laid up till the first of the year.
The first of the year? Well, they'll have to cancel Christmas.
She's in charge of Christmas?
Well, she's in charge of the pageant, and she's in charge of the bazaar. I mean, I feel sorry for Helen, but who's going to do all those things?
Did you hear the news about Helen Armstrong? Oh my goodness gracious. This could not have happened at a worse time considering how involved Helen is. She serves on every committee.
I just heard the news. It seems she got all tangled up in that long telephone cord that she has and plummeted headfirst down the basement stairs.
Why, yes, I suppose I could take over the bazaar and now field his potluck supper. I don't know what in the world we'll do about the pageant unless... How about Grace? I just can't, Edna. I've got my husband's family coming all the way from Schenectady for the whole Christmas week. How about Grace? I already told Edna I'll help out with the decorations for the potluck. Say, what about Grace? I know Grace doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing, but the pageant's so tried and true. What in heaven's name could possibly go wrong?
Hello? Grace?
Bob?
Yeah?
direct the Christmas pageant.
Does that mean I have to go?
Our Christmas pageant isn't what you'd call four-star entertainment. Miss Armstrong breaking her leg was the only unexpected thing that ever happened to it. It was always the same old story and the same old carols and the same old Mary and Joseph. And that's what my mother was stuck with. That and Mrs. Armstrong.
Tell you again, Grace, how important it is to give everyone a chance. Here's what I do. I always start with Mary, and I tell them that we must choose our Mary carefully because Mary was the mother of Jesus.
I know that, Helen.
Yes, and then I tell them about Joseph, that he was God's choice to be Jesus' father. That's how I explain that. Frankly, I don't ever spend much time on Joseph because it's always Elmer Hopkins, and he knows all about Mary and Joseph.
I thought Mrs. Armstrong was in traction. How could she talk on the phone if she's in traction?
What do you think traction is?
Like when they put you to sleep?
No such luck. Beth, we need salt and pepper. Oh, and napkins, please.
But I do explain about the wise men and the shepherds and how important they are. And I tell them there are no small parts, only small actors. Remind the angel choir not to stare at the audience, and don't let them wear earrings and things like that. And don't let them wear clunky shoes or high heels. I just hope you don't have too many baby angels, Grace, because they'll be your biggest problem.
Oh my God, Charlie, you'll save some for the rest of us, right?
I'm hungry. Leroy Herdman stole my lunch again.
Again? Oh, how could you let him do that to you day after day?
How can I stop him? Where's the chicken?
Grace, where's the chicken?
It's still in the oven.
Thank you.
I'll get it.
You'll have to get someone to push the baby angels on. Otherwise, they'll get in each other's way and bend their wings. Bob could do that. And he can keep an eye on the shepherds, too. Oh, another thing about the angel choir. They don't let them wear lipstick. They think because it's a play that they have to wear
Helen, there's
lipstick.
someone at my door.
So tell them.
Someone at my door. Helen, I have to go. Yes, I'm coming.
Lady, I want supper. I've had a square meal in 3 days.
For heaven's sake, it's you.
I was getting lonely at the table.
I bet Helen is lonely at the hospital.
Not as long as the phone lines are working.
I bet she told you about no small parts, only small actors.
And getting someone to shove the baby angels on and make the shepherds shut up.
Yes, she suggested your father.
Does that mean I have to go?
And Grace, don't just use anybody's baby for Jesus. Get a quiet one. Better yet, get 2 if you can. Because if one of them turns out to be fussy, you can always switch them.
My mother didn't pay much attention to Miss Armstrong. She said Miss Armstrong was stuck in the hospital with nothing to do but think up problems. And there weren't going to be any problems. Of course, my mother didn't count on the Herdmans. That was Charlie's fault.
Leroy, you give me back my lunch.
Sure, kid, here.
You stole my dessert again.
How do you know?
Because it isn't in here.
What was it?
2 Twinkies.
That's right. That's what it was.
Hey, Leroy, you think it's so great to steal my dessert every day. And you know what? I don't care if you steal my dessert. I'll even give you my dessert. I get all the dessert I want in Sunday school.
Oh, yeah? What kinds?
All kinds of dessert. Chocolate cake and cookies and candy bars and Twinkies and Big Wheels. We get refreshments all the time, all we want.
You're a liar.
And ice cream and donuts and cupcakes and...
Who gives it to you?
The minister?
Why? Is he crazy?
No. I think he's rich.
Sunday school, eh?
That was the wrong thing to tell the Herdmans. And sure enough, that very next Sunday, they were in Sunday school. Just enough time to hear about the Christmas pageant.
Hey, what's a pageant?
It's a play.
Like on TV? What's it about?
It's about Jesus.
Everything here is.
And it's about Mary. Mostly it's about Mary.
Who's Mary?
I am. Probably I am. I know the part.
Come on, Beth. Charlie, you and David, come. Let's go, everyone. Just line up how we do for Sunday school every day. All right, is that everyone? Okay. Today, we're going to be deciding who will play the main roles in our Christmas pageant, but of course, everyone will have an important role to play. You know what Miss Armstrong always tells you, there are no small parts, only small actors.
That's what she always says, but she never says what it means.
Well, don't you know what it means?
Ooh, I know what it means. It means that all the short kids in the angel choir have to stand in the front row or else nobody will see them.
Well, not exactly. What it really means is that even the littlest baby angel is just as important as Mary.
I don't think anyone is as important as Mary.
Well, naturally, that's what you think, Alice. I think Jesus is most important.
Well, I still think it means that all the short kids have to be in the front row.
Girls. Everyone is important. Mary, Jesus, and the short kids. Is everyone here? Beverly, will you go out in the hall and see if anyone else is coming? Now, you little children will be our angels, so please remind your mothers that you'll need bed sheets. People in the angel choir will also need bed sheets, and if any of you have any old bathrobes at home now,
Good morning.
we'll make some room there for the Herdmans. Okay. Well, what happened to Beverly?
I think she went home. I think she got sick.
Did she say she was sick?
I don't know. She just left. All I did was say, hi, Beverly. Then she left.
Oh. Will someone please remind Beverly of our rehearsal schedule? The next 4 Wednesdays after school. Plan to be here for everyone.
What if we get sick?
You won't get sick. Mary and Joseph must absolutely come to every rehearsal.
What if they get sick?
They won't get sick.
Well, Beverly got sick and we didn't even start yet.
You don't know that Beverly got sick. I want you all to think of Mary. We all know what kind of a person Mary was. She was quiet and gentle and kind. And the girl who plays Mary should try to be that type of person. Do we have any volunteers for this part? Do you have a question, Imogene?
No, I want to be Mary, and Ralph over here, he wants to be Joseph.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'll just have to make a list of volunteers for those parts, and then we'll all decide who it should be, okay? Ralph Herdman. Now, who else would like to be Joseph? Did you raise your hand, Elmar? No. Raise your hands, please. Any volunteers?
No one wants to be Joseph.
Any of you shepherds? Very well. Ralph Herdman will be our Joseph. Oh. Imogene has volunteered to be Mary.
Anybody else?
What other names can I put on my list? Janet, Roberta, Alice. Don't you want to volunteer?
No. I don't want to. I'll be Mary.
Shut up, Gladys. I'm already married. You can be a wise man.
Well, the wise men are usually boys, but of course they don't have to be, and we could...
I'll be a wise man.
Me too. Claude, you want to be a wise man? Raise your hand. What's a wise man?
Just raise your hand.
Then. next part we have is the angel of the Lord. Would anyone like to?
I'll be that. What is it?
Well, it's the angel of the Lord who brings the good news to the shepherds. Well, oh yes, now we have some volunteers. Hopi, would you like to be a wise man?
No, we're going to Philadelphia.
Well, why didn't you say anything sooner?
I just remembered. My mother doesn't want me to be a shepherd.
Why not?
I'm not going to be a shepherd.
Oh, yes, you are. What's the matter with all of you?
Gladys hurt my pants too hard.
Gladys isn't going to hit anybody. The angel of the Lord just brings the good news to the shepherds and tells them that Jesus was born.
And hits them.
Elmer, that's ridiculous. I don't want to hear another word about it from anyone. No shepherds may quit or get sick. That's all for today, boys and girls. You may go. But please remember to be here on Wednesday at 6:30, okay? What's wrong with you? Why didn't you volunteer?
I don't know.
Alice, I expected you to volunteer for Mary. Why didn't you?
Miss Bradley, kick Gladys off of me. Oh, come on, Alice. I don't know. I didn't dare raise my hand. Imogene would have killed me. She said, I'm going to be Mary in this play. And if you raise your hand or open your mouth, you'll wish you didn't. And I said, I'm always Mary in the Christmas pageant. And then she said, fine then. The next spring, when the pussy willows come out, I'll stick a pussy willow so far down in your ear that nobody can reach it. It'll grow and grow and grow, and you'll spend the rest of your life with pussy willow bush growing out of your ear.
You know she wouldn't do that.
She would too. Herdmans will do anything. You just watch. You'll do something terrible and ruin the whole pageant. It's all your mother's fault.
Jane, Anna McCarthy, did you hear about well, it has to be Grace's fault somehow. How else would the 6 of them end up in a Christmas pageant when they ought to be in jail?
Why, it's simply sacrilegious. The way those little monsters carry on. What in heaven's name could Grace have been thinking?
Mira? Amber Slocum, I just heard the news that Imogene Herdman is going to be Mary in the next Christmas pageant, and is that a fact? All 6 of them? Mira, I live next door to that outfit, and I'd rather live next door to a zoo. Has Grace lost it?
Everyone in town knows that the way they carry on, they're all headed straight to the devil by way of the state penitentiary.
Where did they come from? Who let them in? Imogene Herdman? What kind of child is that to play Mary, the mother of Jesus? Where was Reverend Hopkins? I'd like to know.
What will people in the community think? People are so judgmental these days, and I can tell just by looking at them.
Reverend Hopkins was doing what? Visiting shut-ins? Well, I'm shut in, and he wasn't visiting me. What is the matter with Grace? I mean, told him to go home. Told him to go away. Oh, I feel responsible. If I had been up and around, this never would have happened.
If I'd have been up and around, this never would have happened. Oh, let me tell you.
Don't tell me I'm on your side.
Helen Armstrong is not the only woman alive who can run a Christmas pageant. I made up my mind to do the best I could under these circumstances, but now I'm going to make this the best Christmas pageant we've ever had, and I'm going to do it with the Herdmans. Besides, they were the only ones who volunteered when I asked for people, and I don't care.
That's wonderful, Grace. Now, come on. The car's over there.
And you are going to help me.
Does that mean I have to
You
go?
have to go.
Oh. Fine.
will be back here off stage, and the shepherds will come in and gather around the manger.
Where'd all the shepherds come from anyway?
What's an inn?
It's like a motel where people go to stay for the night.
Why, people? Oh, honestly, Jesus wasn't even born yet. Mary and Joseph went there.
Why?
To pay their taxes.
At a motel.
Shut up, Ollie. Everybody, shut up. I want to listen to her. Begin at the beginning.
The beginning.
The beginning of the play. What happened first?
Imogene, this is the Christmas story from the Bible. Don't you know the Christmas story from the Bible? That's what this pageant is, so I'd better read it to you.
I don't believe it. Do you? They've never heard of the Christmas story?
Why not? They don't even know what a Bible is, and they never went to church in their whole life. So your dumb brother from when we got refreshments. Now we have to waste all of this time for nothing.
All right now. There went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And Joseph went up from Galilee with Mary, his wife, being great with child.
Pregnant! She was pregnant! He's great with child. Pregnant!
We all know that Mary was pregnant. Okay? And it came to pass while they were there that the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son.
I don't think it's very nice to say Mary was pregnant.
Well, she was.
I don't think your mother should say Mary was pregnant. It's better to say great with child. I'm not supposed to talk about people being pregnant, especially in church.
And wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for him in the inn.
My God. They didn't have room for Jesus?
Well, nobody knew the baby was going to be Jesus.
Didn't Mary know? Didn't he know? What was wrong with Joseph that he didn't tell them that she was pregnant and everything?
What's a manger? Some kind of bed?
Well, there was no bed in the barn, so Mary had to use whatever there was. What would you do if you had a new baby, no bed to put it in?
We'll put Gladys in the bureau drawer.
Well, there you are. You didn't have a bed for Gladys, so you had to use something else.
Oh, we had a bed. Only Ollie was still in it, and he would not get out. He did not like Gladys. Ollie, remember how you didn't like Gladys?
That was pretty smart of Ollie not to like Gladys right off the bat.
Anyway, a manger is a large wooden feeding trough for animals.
What are clothes?
The what?
It said in there, the wadded up clothes. Duh.
Swaddling clothes. People used to wrap babies up very tightly in large pieces of material to make them feel all cozy.
You mean they wrapped him up and stuck him in the feed box? Where was the child welfare?
The child welfare is at our house every 5 minutes. There was no child welfare in Bethlehem.
I'll say there wasn't.
And there were shepherds, but keeping watch over their flocks by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of...
Shazam! Out of the black night, with horrible vengeance.
Gladys, I don't know what you're talking about.
The mighty Marvo, an amazing comet, out of the black night.
This is the angel of the Lord, Gladys, who brings the good news to the shepherds.
Out of the black night, right?
In a way.
Shazam!
Now, when Jesus was born, there came wise men from the east, bearing gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
What's that?
They were gifts, precious spices and oils.
Oil? What kind of present is oil? We get better presents for the welfare.
Were they the welfare? The wise men?
Well, no, they were actually kings, and they were sent.
Kings? Finally somebody important showed up. If they're kings, they'll go get the baby out of the barn and tell the innkeeper where to get off.
They were kings, and they were sent by Herod, who was, well, he was sort of the main king, and he wanted to find the baby Jesus and have him put to death.
My God. He was just born. They're going to kill a baby?
Who's Herod in this play?
Herod is not in this play.
So, he's out to kill the baby, and he isn't even in the play?
Somebody better be Herod. over.
Somebody up! Fix the innkeeper! Gladys, you wipe out the innkeeper!
I can't. I'm an angel. Well, I would have just stand around and lay in the barn. I'll go get us a room.
She said there wasn't any room.
Well, I'll go kick somebody out and say it's the middle of winter and I have a baby here. So get out or move over.
I'd go after O'Hara's.
Me. I said the angel after him. She could pour an electric finger at it and zap! He'd be a pile of ashes.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the name of this play? She never said. Christmas pageant. That's no name, that's what it is.
I know a name. I call it Revenge at Bethlehem.
Revenge at Bethlehem. The Herdmans thought the Christmas story came right out of the FBI files. At least they picked the right villain. It was Herod they wanted to gang up on, and not the baby Jesus. But the baby Jesus quit the pageant anyway. It was supposed to be Eugene Slocum, but Mrs. Slocum wouldn't let Emma Jean get her hands on her baby. So we didn't have a baby Jesus. And that bothered my mother, so she kept on trying to scram up a baby even at the last rehearsal. What do you keep writing in that book?
It's like a diary.
It is not. It is all about the Herdmans. Emma Jean curses and swears all the time. Ralph talks about sexy things. Miss Bradley said Mary was pregnant. Gladys Herdman drinks communion wine. It's not wine, it is grape juice.
I don't care what it is. She drinks it. I've seen her 3 times with her mouth all purple. They steal too. If you shake the birthday bank, it doesn't make a sound because they stole every last penny out of it. And if you go in the ladies' room, Emma Jean Herdman is sitting there in the Mary costume smoking cigars.
And you write all this down? What for?
For my mother, for Reverend Hopkins, and for the Ladies of Society. And for anybody else who wants to know what happened when this whole Christmas pageant turns out to be a big mess.
All right, everyone, let's get quiet. Beth, you and Alice go up there so we can get started, please. Come on in, everyone. Sit where we always do. This is our last rehearsal, remember, everyone? So
I just wanted to let you know that we're all in the back making applesauce cake. We'll try not to interrupt you. As I can see, this is your last rehearsal.
supposed to be. Oh, Edna. Yes. Didn't I hear that your niece had a baby a month or so ago, a little girl?
Yes, she's 5 weeks old.
Well, I was wondering how it would be if I were to call up your niece and ask if we could borrow the baby for...
Grace. No. I could make up some lie and say that the baby is sick or cranky, but the truth is she's actually perfectly healthy and beautiful, and we all want her to stay that way. So we're certainly not gonna leave her in the hands of Imogene Herdman.
Hey, you're making
Sorry,
us look
Grace.
bad.
Yeah, my fault.
Miss Bradley, you could have my little brother for Jesus.
David, I didn't know you had a new baby at home.
He's not new, he's 4 years old. But he's double jointed and he could probably scrunch up.
I don't think that's all we need, okay?
I'll go get us a baby.
How would you do that?
There's 2 or 3 in shopping carts near Walmart. I'll go get us 1. Or if you want 2 or 3, I can go get us some more.
Imogene, you can't just walk off with someone else's baby, okay? Forget about the baby. We use a doll, right?
Dolls are okay and better. They don't bite.
And Imogene, you know Mary didn't wear earrings.
But I have to wear these. I just got my ears pierced. If I don't wear them, they'll grow together.
They won't grow together in an hour and a half, okay? What did your doctor tell you to do?
What doctor?
Well, who pierced your ears?
Gladys.
I bet she did it with an ice pick, and Imogene's ears would turn black and fall off.
All right, We'll just have to find something smaller, okay? Now, is that your costume? Is that what you're going to be wearing? We're all supposed to be in costumes, everyone.
Mrs. Bradley, I can't find my halo. My wings are all gone, and Janet's got my robe.
Okay, figure something out, okay?
Mrs. Bradley, I don't have any plain bed sheets. Can I wear bed sheets with balloons on them?
I'll bring you some, all right?
I've never been a shepherd before. You have to wear your father's bathrobe. That's what I have to do.
He hasn't got a bathroom.
The ones hanging around the house in. His underwear?
All right, all right. Let's just pretend we're wearing costumes, okay?
Are we going through the whole thing?
Yes, we're going to do the whole thing, but first we're going to start with all of our entrances, so if we could please go to where we're all supposed to be, okay? We're gonna work on the shepherds first, all right, everyone? Just say the last few words, Maxine.
Shepherds keeping watch over their flocks by night.
Music, shepherds.
And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and
Shazam!
No, Gladys.
With horrible vengeance.
No.
Okay, fine.
Go
a
on, Maxine.
multitude of the heavenly hosts
Music, angels. Music, wise men.
Hey, you two. You three, whatever. You, don't touch him. Don't touch this baby. Don't touch him.
No,
I named him Jesus.
Mary doesn't say anything. Nobody says anything. Mary and Joseph just create a lovely picture while we think about the meaning of Christmas. Now put the doll back.
line. A new line. What? I don't get to say anything. Some angel comes up to me and tells me what to name the baby. I would have named him Bill.
Oh, what a terrible thing to say.
What angel was that? There's angels all over the place. Was that the Gladys angel?
No. Gladys just brings the good news to the shepherds and tells them that Jesus was born.
Yeah, unto you a child is born.
No. Unto me a child was born. I was the one that had the baby.
No. It just means Jesus belongs to everyone. Unto all of us a child is born.
Didn't Mary get to name the baby? Did the angel just come up and say, name the baby Jesus?
Yes.
I know what the angel said. She said, call him Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
My God. He wouldn't get through the first grade if he had to write all that.
Really, Alice? I need to use the bathroom. I need to use the bathroom.
Guys, rehearsal's not done. We're not done yet.
Miss Bradley. Miss Bradley, should I start over?
5 minutes, Maxine. 5 minutes.
We never did start over, and we never did go through the whole thing. 5 minutes turned into 15, and Emma Jean spent the whole time smoking cigars in the ladies' room. And then, when Miss McCarthy walked in and saw all the smoke, she called the fire department.
the big holes in the side. The place is full of kids. Get the kids out.
Get everybody out.
Somewhere on the first floor.
They cleared everybody out of the building and dragged the fire hose through the church looking for a fire to put out. But the only fire was in the kitchen. All the applesauce cake burned up. Of course, the ladies were mad, and Miss McCarthy was mad, and my mother was mad.
Why in the world did you call the fire department over a little smoke?
It wasn't a little smoke. It was a lot of smoke. The ladies' room was full of thick
It
smoke.
couldn't have been. You just got excited, and now look. The church is full of firemen, and the street is full of baby angels crying, and shepherds climbing all over the fire truck, and half of the neighborhood. Didn't you know it was cigar smoke?
No, I didn't know it was cigar smoke. I don't expect to find cigar smoke in the ladies' room of the church.
Alice Wendelkin's mother was mad too, and the whole Ladies' Aid Society was mad. Reverend Hopkins, he didn't know what to say.
I've been on the phone for almost an hour, and I can't make heads or tails of it. Some say they set fire to the kitchen. Some say they set fire to the ladies' room. Vera Wendelkins says all that they do is talk about sex and underwear.
That was Hobie Clark talking about underwear. And they didn't set fire to anything. The only fire was in the kitchen where the applesauce cake burned up.
Well, the whole church is in an uproar. I don't know. Jesus said, suffer the little children to come unto me. But I don't think he meant the herdmans. Grace, don't you think we should just cancel the pageant?
I bet that was Helen Armstrong's idea.
We could blame it on the fire. It makes a good excuse.
I bet that was Edna McCartney's idea.
Everyone seems to think it's going to be
A disaster? Well, it's not. It's going to be the best Christmas pageant we've ever had.
But Grace, I don't think anyone will come to see it.
I didn't think so either, and neither did Charlie. But we were wrong. On Christmas Eve, the church was jammed full. Everyone wanted to come and see what the herdmans would do.
Oh, wait for the lights. Watch your step.
Ooh, I can't even see where I'm going. I have no idea what you're planning to do with this thing. Ooh. Okay.
Well, I thought it might look like a palm tree, but see now that it doesn't. I don't have any idea what's going to happen tonight. We've never once gone through the whole thing, and the herdmen still think this is some kind of spy story. I mean, this might be the first Christmas pageant where Joseph and the wise men get in a fight and Mary runs off with the baby. Where are the kids?
All the kids in the world are downstairs putting on their bed sheets.
I mean, our kids. Well, go downstairs and get your costumes on, okay? We have to get started soon.
Mom, it's going to be awful. They look like trick or treat all fastened together with their moldy old sneakers. I mean, Mary and Joseph, they look like refugees or something.
That's because that's what they were. Mary and Joseph were refugees in a way. They were a long way from home, didn't really have a place to stay or anyone to talk to. They were probably really cold and hungry and tired and messy.
I do not know about cold and hungry, but they sure were messy.
Here, do you think I should?
Hey, no. I think you worry too much. Now, I have to push some baby angels on stage, and then get the shepherd's herdmans, and then push them on stage. When do I do all that?
Just follow the script.
Oh. Baby angels, shepherds, wise men. Doesn't seem to say when the fire engines come in. Just
Please.
kidding, Grace.
All right, everyone. everyone. Can we please come up here so we can get started? I want to see all of you in your costumes. Everyone, my angels, my wise men, my shepherds. Come on in. Just line up how we always do for Sunday school. Gladys, where's your halo?
Our cat buried it. Listen, I ought to tell the people something besides the baby came. Why would they go tear off a baby that's called Jesus and they don't even know it? I have to tell them it's Jesus, and I have to tell them where he is.
No, Gladys. You tell them, unto you a child is born. And that's all you tell them, okay?
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Now, can we all go downstairs and please be quiet while people are coming in? Okay? Good luck, everyone.
Miss Bradley, actors don't say good luck. Actors say break a leg.
I know that, Alice, but in this case, for those of you who don't know, it's a theatrical saying. It does not really mean to break a leg, your own or anyone else's. Imogene, try to remember that this is a baby, and for tonight at least, it's the baby Jesus.
In the days of Caesar Augustus, a decree went out that all the world should be taxed, and Joseph went to Bethlehem with Mary, his wife, who was great with child. And while they were there, she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and then laid him in the manger because there was no room for them in the inn. And in that region, there were shepherds keeping watch over their flocks by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them. An angel of the Lord appeared to them. The glory of the Lord shone around, and they were sore afraid when the angel of the Lord appeared to them and said,
Hey, unto you a child is born. His name's Jesus. He's in the barn. Go see him. Go on, go see him. He's in the barn. Go see him.
And suddenly there was a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God in the highest, and on earth peace among men. When Jesus was born, there were wise men coming from the east bearing gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
Star
It's a ham.
A ham? I bet they stole it.
No, I think it's from their welfare basket.
You mean it's their own ham? Then they must hate ham.
Well, Alice, even if they hate ham, that's the only thing they ever got in their whole entire life.
Glorious now, behold him arise, King and God and sacrifice. Alleluia, alleluia, earth to the heavens replies. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
Being warned in a dream that they should not return to their own country, the wise men departed one way as the shepherds departed another, praising God for all that they had seen and heard. But Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. I'm actually going to stay.
Mary, did you know?
Mary, did you
Did you know?
Did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water?
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters?
This child that you deliver will soon deliver you.
Beth, look! Mary's crying! Miss Bradley! Mary's crying!
child you're holding is the great, the great, the great I am. Mary, Mary, did you know? Mary, Mary, did you know? Mary, Mary, did you know? Mary, Mary, did you know?
Could you believe that was Imogene Herdman and the rest of them? This is the best Christmas pageant we have ever had, and I'm not sure why, but I think it was them.
I always get so weepy about the Christmas pageant. I guess it's the children and the carols, but you're right. This was the best one when it should have been the worst.
There was just something different.
Well, the angel of the Lord was different.
Yes, but you know, I liked that. It had lots of spirit.
I just wish I let her have Eugene be the baby Jesus.
Who was the baby Jesus?
Why, it was a doll.
That was no doll.
It did seem real to me.
It did seem real, as if it might have just happened that way. We all thought the Christmas story was about Jesus, but that was only one part of it. It was about a baby and his mother and father who were in a whole lot of trouble. No money, no doctor, nobody they knew. And along from the east, like my uncle from New Jersey, some rich friends. Because of the Herdmans, it was a whole new story. Imogene burping the baby and the wise men bringing such a sensible present. After all, they couldn't eat frankincense. Even Gladys, he's in the barn, go see him. So the shepherds didn't have to stumble all across the countryside. But for Imogene, the Christmas pageant was all wonder and mystery, as if she just caught on to what Christmas was all about. When it was over, we had a party in the basement, but the Herdmans didn't stay. They didn't bring any coca, and they didn't even take their candy canes.
I guess that's the end of that. Any kids left downstairs?
No, I think everyone's gone.
All right. Well, what about the light?
You're still in your bathroom.
Oh.
You're not gonna wear that home, are you?
Why not? Maybe they'll think I was a shepherd this whole time. Oh, am I being mistaken as one in this Christmas pageant?
Yes, you would. When it was over, some lady came over and hugged me because I was a shepherd. Should I bring this ham?
Oh, yeah, that's the Herdman's ham from their welfare basket. But they wouldn't take it back. Leroy said that it's a present. You don't take back a present.
Leroy said that? They must hate ham.
You and Alice Wendelkin.
What about the lights?
Oh, they're on a timer. They'll go off at midnight.
Oh, it's not that far away. It's almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas, kids.
Almost Christmas, Charlie.
And it came to pass that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all
And there were in
shall
the
be
same
taxed.
country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch
And
over
there
their
was a
flocks by
multitude
night.
of heavenly hosts praising God, saying,
An angel of the Lord stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were greatly afraid.
She gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them.
Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you may now dismiss your servant in peace. Prepared in the sight of all nations, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, and the glory of your people Israel.
And the angel of the Lord said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people.
she's been one of my favorite. My favorite part that she ever did was in a show that my sister and I wrote called Mother Holly. She was Amelia, and that's when we discovered her beautiful soprano voice. She's been studying with Joe Santinello this whole time, but all of our kids are many-faceted. She does so much at her school and all over the place. And just so you know that not everybody that comes through Crystal Theater is strictly planning to become a professional actress, but she's going to be going to fashion merchandising school, and thank you, great. But the things you learn at Crystal Theater, the poise, she's turned into this fabulously beautiful and talented young woman. Everywhere you go, you have to speak, you have to get up in front of people, you're selling products. So I think she'll be able to really employ all the things that she's learned at Crystal, and we will really miss her. And hopefully she'll be back to visit and be in some of our other shows. So thank you. There's my flowers. Yes, thank you, thank you. My sister was a little slow with that. You can have this for the one you got yesterday. Now, our other graduating senior in the group is Sarah Jutes. Sarah, when did you start? Because I remember you back in Dave's Margaret's show when you were Cambarella.
Yeah.
That was like a biggie, but you started before
I
that,
started
right? Was
before
that your
that,
first? Yeah. So she's been with us forever too, and not only has she been acting and singing and dancing, just appeared in Cleopatra, but also she's been helping out. She's co-choreographing Land of the Midnight Sun, which many of these kids are in, and that's going to be happening in January. But she actually is going into acting, into professional acting, and I'm sure we will see her on the silver screen and on Broadway, acting in many things. Wonderful. Thank you. So we just love all the, we have so many graduating seniors this year, and there's going to be a big hole when they leave in the fall. But one more person I want to mention. So I thank you, my sister, my costumer, looking very nice. Thank you, Alex, for doing all the costumes. It was really a challenge for her because David said they had to look bad. And she was like going, she wants to make everybody look like the best pageant that ever existed. And it's like, well, can I kind of make them look good? So that's how we got our, they are kind of bed sheets, the angel costumes, but they were made into costumes, so they look pretty good.
My bathrobes, yes.
The bathrobes, though, yes. The kings are looking quite good.
Can we worship the ham real quick?
Oh, yeah, there he is, Nathan, yes, the ham. I think Dave's going to take that home and have it for Christmas dinner, right? And last but not least, I do want to mention our director, Dave Jackins. Come on down and take stained glass windows, coming up with all this fabulous set. This is all his work, so thank you, Dave. We hope you all come back and join us next Saturday at 7 o'clock for the wonderful Crystal Singers. They'll be doing their routines, and lots of soloists and fabulous singers up in that group. Also, coming down in the following week, we've got dance recitals and voice recitals, and then Land of the Midnight Sun. Who's in Land of the Midnight Sun? Raise your hand. Okay. A lot of them are in that. It's going to be a great show, real exciting. So, whoa, a lot of you are. You guys are busy. Okay, so thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful holiday.